This month also, September, was declared as the Peace Month in July 10, 2004 by virtue of Proclamation number 675. This is actually its 9th year of annual festivity, and the BJMP as a government agency is enjoined to observe the annual National Peace Consciousness Month, and this year's theme is Ako, Ikaw, Tayo, Magkakaiba, Nagkakaisa sa Kapayapaan. In this regard, let us all recite the Harmony Prayer and the Pledge for Peace. The Harmony Prayer is a universal prayer for all the people of different religions. All together, Harmony Prayer. O Lord, I cry for peace. Purify my eyes to see peace. Purify my mind to understand peace. Purify my heart to love peace. Purify my memory to work for peace. The peace that comes from your love and compassion. O Lord, sustain my vision of peace following your inspiration. You have many ways of revealing your presence and love for humanity, but your style is constant. You are in dialogue with all, you care for all. Make me, O Lord, a sign of your peace, living a life in dialogue with you to understand your silence and seek your presence. In dialogue with myself to rediscover the meaning of my life. In dialogue with others to move together in harmony with all. And in dialogue with creation to take care of the earth. Give me, O Lord, the courage to live in dialogue in the midst of divisions and conflicts and to build peace with all people. Of sincere hearts who believe in your love and compassion. Amen. Pledge of peace. I will work towards peace through my own goals and initiatives, starting with my thoughts and actions. I will promote a culture of non-violence in my daily life and contribute in developing a progressive country. I will contribute in building a better future for Filipinos, and I promise to do my best to achieve these goals through peaceful means. I pledge to support peace in every way possible, for I am and will always be a Filipino for just and lasting peace. I am a Filipino and I am for peace. And now may we call on our officer in charge, Jail Chief Superintendent Johnny D. Mamaril, sir, for his message.
Troop Commander, please give the Kaspenga. Sa mga kasamahan ko sa command group, sa mga senior at junior officers, sa mga non-commissioned jail officers at mga non-uniform personnel na nandito ngayon. Sa mga regional directors natin at sa mga staff nila na sabay nating nagdiriwang ngayon ng buwan ng kapayapaan, sa mga jail provincial administrators, sa mga jail wardens ng BJMP at mga kasamaan nilang mga bantay ng mga kulungan. Magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. The month of September was designated as Peace Month through Proclamation number 675 signed on 10 July 2004. As one of the agencies of government, we are enjoined to celebrate this significant month through the delivery of this peace message, through the hanging of tarpaulins in our offices and jails, to announce these peace celebrations and by attending the various activities lined up for the month. At present, we have jurisdiction over 414 jails and over 71,000 inmates nationwide. As one of agencies forming the correction pillars of the criminal justice system, we play a crucial task of securing the inmates who are mostly not yet sentenced. As keepers of inmates, we do a lot to contribute to peace in the country when we faithfully render our duties. Although safekeeping or custody is our primary task, our other mandate is development of inmates cannot be neglected as it contributes greatly to their safekeeping. We do so by providing literacy program to the unschooled through the religious activities which are being conducted for the inmates' spiritual welfare and the numerous livelihood programs which are made available to them. Someone said that the degree of civilization of a society can be gauged by entering its prison. Said saying is true for jails are indeed a microcosm of society. It is fortunate that our jails and prisons, just like in the other countries, are not top priority when it comes to funding, and so we have budgets which are not commensurate or well below the needed amount to decently run our jails. These are evident through the lack of personnel and adequate space for the detainees, especially in big jails in Metro Manila and other urban centers such as Angeles City, Cebu City, Iloilo City, Davao City, just to mention a few. But in all this, we still strive to do our best to secure the inmates and provide them with developmental services which contribute greatly to their well-being. The public's apathy towards the plight of the jail makes some of our officers and men think that they can care less for the inmates instead of being more compassionate towards them. But we believe that those days will soon be over. We are now moving towards more transparency in management of resources for the jails. Through the directive of the late DIG Secretary Robredo, the wardens are required to post in their jails the amount of support they get from the Bureau, from the local government units, as well as the NGOs and well-meaning individuals who give donations to the jail. This management will be strictly monitoring the jail's compliance with these orders as it lets the public know how much funds the jail are getting for their basic and other services for the inmates. And they can know if the management is skimping on the jail's budgets or not, especially the budget for the inmates' subsistence. Besides, we also have the e-text, Itawag Kay Hepe, where the public can text or call the NHQ regarding their complaints against hearing jail personnel. Through this program, a number of wardens have already been complained of and are now the subject of investigation to ascertain their culpability or complicity, if there is any. But we are fortunate that the present government is willing to uplift the plight of our inmates. For no less than the President himself, His Excellency Benigno Aquino III gave us the assurance that more funds will be allocated for jail improvements during our 21st anniversary celebration, where he was guest of honor in Krami last July. This speaks of a 30 million facility that will be released to us this year for the construction of the high security facility in Tibutan. With the proper implementation of these programs, we believe that there will be more peace in our jails, so to speak, where the jailers in the jail will be able to live in harmony together, where the inmates will not have to resort to staging noise parades to dramatize their discontent with the food being served to them, with the jail staff who give special treatment to the demanding inmates, and within inadequate cells where they are forced to squeeze themselves in cramped positions due to lack of space. The peace for our nation, which we have been ardently aspiring for decades already, cannot be achieved by those in the higher echelons of the government alone. Each of us, as government officers and employees, must do our respective shares in nation building if we are to achieve a lasting peace. We, the government officials and employees, must live exemplary lives if we are to achieve peace. Peace in our personal life, in our jails, in our local communities, and peace as a nation. We must not also tolerate those under us who do bad things, which will badly influence the changes or reforms which we will be implementing. The challenge for us to live honest, sincere, and effective lives may be daunting to some of us at first, but it is the only way for us to go if we are to be true in discharging our duties and responsibilities. I take this opportunity to challenge all of us to live our lives according to Daang Matuwid and right and narrow path to which our beloved President had been calling us to. Mahirap nga gawin, lalo na sa mga nasanay na sa dating kalakaran. Pero kaya natin ito, pagtulong-tulong tayong tataha sa matuwid na landas. Kaya sa mga warden, mga jail provincial administrators, mga regional directors, inaasahan ko na sa maliban sa paggawa natin sa mga tungkuling nakatas sa ating mga balika, patuloy tayong gagawa ng mahakbang na ikakapayapa ng ating mga kulungan. Nananawagan ako na huwag nating pagsamantalahan ang mga preso, ay pagkos ay patuloy natin silang tulungan upang maging maayos ang kanilang kalagayan. As we join the Office of the Advisor on the Peace Process and other government agencies in celebrating the Peace Month 2012, starting with this message today, I enjoin all of you to support our President's call for us to live the straight and narrow path, ang Daang Matuwid, by working for peace. In conclusion, please allow me to read a verse from the New Testament. If it is possible, as far as it depends on you, live at peace with everyone. Sumati nawa ang katahimikan at kapayapaan ng ating bansa na matagal na nating inimiti. Happy celebration of the Peace Month. Mabuhay tayong lahat at ang BJP.